Today I'm going to discuss with you the strategy that I use to pair my readers with text in my 8th grade English class. The text that I will be assessing today is titled The Giver by Lois Lowry. The strategy that I have chosen is called Cloze Passages. I chose this strategy because it allows me to see if the text has readability for all of my students, or if a different text in my set needs to be chosen for some of my students. How to construct closed passages. First, you need to choose a passage containing anywhere from 275 to 300 words. It does not matter if the passage ends in a good spot or not. That doesn't matter. First, you need to keep the entire first sentence. Then, you need to choose a random word in the second sentence to omit. Then, omit every fifth word after that. Finally, you're going to leave the entire last sentence. At the end, you should have 50 words omitted. Be sure to keep a key for yourself for reference of the words that you omitted. When administering a closed passage assessment, be sure to inform your students that this is not for a grade. You are simply assessing whether or not this text suits their abilities. You must also inform students that they will receive no support during this assessment and that exact words must be entered for the words that you omitted. Similar words or different forms of the words are not correct answers. When finished, add all of the correct answers and multiply by 2. If the student scores 60% or above, that means the text is at independent level. If the student scores between 40% and 60%, the text is at instructional level for them. If a student scores below 40%, this means the text is at frustration level and that it is too hard for their readability. Next, I'm going to show you how I conducted a closed passage with my text, The Giver. You will notice that I have chosen a passage at roughly 275 words from a random chapter in The Giver. I left the entire first sentence intact. I chose the fifth word in the second sentence to be my first word omitted. And then from there, I omitted every fifth word, totaling 50 words omitted. On the next slide, you will see the answer key of the words that I omitted for my own reference to check the students' answers. Here you will see my answer key to the words that I omitted. Remember, the students must answer the exact word. For example, for the second word, if the student says reminds, that answer is wrong. Even though the correct answer is reminded, the student must exactly write the word reminded for the answer to be correct. After administering the closed passage strategy with my students to assess their readability of the text, The Giver, my results are I have 20 students enrolled in my class. 14 students scored above 60%, so the text is at independent level for these students. I had 4 students score between 50% and 60%, which means the text is a little bit challenging for them, but it's still suitable for instructional level. Then I had 2 students who scored below 40%, which means the text is at frustration level for these 2 students. And I know from this assessment that I need to choose a different text in my text set for these students. In conclusion, the closed passage strategy is an excellent tool to use to assess text readability, to correctly match your students with the correct text. I hope you enjoy my presentation, and I hope you get the opportunity to conduct closed passages in your content areas as well. Have a nice day.